Good morning, dear children. Today we'll see Science and Technology Part 1, last chapter, Space Mission. In this chapter, we are going to discuss points like space missions, artificial satellites, classification of artificial satellites, orbits of artificial satellites, satellite launch vehicle, and space missions away from the Earth. Dear students, man has always been curious about unknown places and he has always been eager to expand the horizons of his knowledge by exploring the unknown world. He must have had deep curiosity about the space and the many twinkling stars in the dark sky. He must have had dreamed to fly to the space and must have been working for that. Let's discuss about space missions. Substantial development in technology, especially space technology, in the later half of the 20th century resulted in the development of spacecrafts making space voyage possible. Since then, more than 1,000 artificial satellites have been placed into orbits around the Earth. Additionally, space missions have been undertaken for close observation of various objects in our solar system. We will learn about all this in this chapter. We can classify the space missions into two categories. In one type of missions, the objective is to be put artificial satellite in orbits around the Earth for research and various other useful applications. The objective of second type of missions is to send the spacecraft to outer space for close observation and understanding of the objects in the solar system or even outside the solar system. What is need and importance of space missions? The world has become a global village due to space missions. Today, we can contact a person in any part of the world within a second. We can gather information about worldwide events sitting at home. You all know the importance of internet. Due to internet, every information is available at our fingerprints. It has become possible to get advance alert about natural calamities and take proper precautions. During war, it is possible to get information about the action of the enemy through aerial surveillance using satellites. It is also possible to explore the fossil reserves and minerals in the earth. Thus, there are unlimited applications of space missions. Today, space technology is an inevitable part for the development of a nation. Inevitable means sure to happen. Let us discuss about artificial satellite. A natural satellite is an astronomical object orbiting the Earth or any other planet. The Moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. Some other planets in the solar system have more than one natural satellite. Similarly, if a man-made object revolves around the Earth or any other planet in a fixed orbit, it is called as an Artificial satellite. The first artificial satellite, Sputnik, was sent to space by Soviet Union in 1957. Today, more than 1,000 satellites are orbiting the Earth. The satellites work on solar energy. So, solar photovoltaic panels are attached on both sides of these satellites like wings. Instruments are installed in the satellite to receive and transmit signal from and to the Earth. The satellites have various other type of instruments depending on their functions. One such satellite is shown in the figure. Signals transmitted from the Earth to the satellite and from the satellite to a mobile tower and mobile phone are also shown in this figure. These satellites are sent into the space to perform various functions. These are some of the short forms in the space technology. INSAT, Indian National Satellite. GSAT, Geosynchronous Satellite. IRNSS, Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. GSLV, Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle, and PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Depending on their functions, satellites are classified into following categories. Weather satellite. Function of this satellite is study and prediction of the weather. The name of Indian satellite series and their launch vehicle. INSAT and GSAT. Launcher is GSLV. Communication satellite. Function of the satellite is establish communication between different locations in the world through use of specific waves. The name of the Indian satellite series and their launch vehicle is INSAT and GSAT. Launcher is GSLV. Broadcast satellite. Function of the satellite is telecasting of television programs. The name of the Indian satellite series and their launch vehicle is INSAT and GSAT. Launcher is GSLV. Next is navigational satellite. Function is fix the location of any place on the Earth's surface in terms of its very precise latitude and longitude. The name of Indian satellite series and the launch vehicle is IRNSS and launcher is PSLV. Military satellite. The function of this satellite is collect information for security aspects. And the last one is Earth observation satellite. Function of this satellite is study of forest, deserts, oceans, polar ice on the Earth's surface, exploration and management of natural resources, observation and guidance in case of natural calamities like flood and earthquake. The name of Indian satellite series and their launch vehicle is IS and launcher is PSLV. Now, next part is orbits of artificial satellites. All artificial satellites do not revolve in similar orbit around the Earth. The functions of the satellite decide the height of the satellite's orbit from the Earth's surface, the nature of the orbit, circular or elliptical, and whether the orbit shall be parallel to equator or making some angles with it. To put the satellite in its proper orbit at specific height above the Earth's surface, the satellite is taken to that height using a satellite launcher. Then the satellite is given a specific velocity known as critical velocity in a tangential direction to the orbit. The satellite then starts revolving around the Earth. The formula for the velocity Vc can be derived as below. If a satellite of mass m is revolving around the Earth in an orbit of height h with speed vc, then as we seen in the chapter on gravitation, a centripetal force mv c square upon r will act on it. Here r is the orbital radius of the satellite from the center of the Earth. This centripetal force is provided by the gravity of the Earth. Therefore, centripetal force is equal to gravitational force between the Earth and the satellite, which is mvc square upon r plus h is equal to gmm upon r plus h square, where g is gravitational constant is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. M is equal to mass of the Earth is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. R is radius of the Earth is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter is equal to 6,400 kilometer. H is the height of the satellite above the Earth's surface, and r plus h is equal to radius of the orbit of satellite. So Vc square is equal to gm upon r plus h, and therefore Vc, that is critical velocity, is equal to under root gm upon rh. Therefore centripetal force is equal to gravitational force between the Earth and the satellite. It can be seen that the critical velocity does not depend on the mass of the satellite. As the height of the satellite's orbit from the Earth's surface increases, the critical velocity decreases. Depending on the height of the satellite's orbit above the Earth's surface, satellites' orbits are classified as high Earth orbits, medium Earth orbit, and low Earth orbit. Let's learn this in details. High Earth orbit. If the height of the satellite's orbit above the Earth's surface is greater than or equal to 35,780 kilometers, the orbit is called high Earth orbit. As we will see in the next solved example, a satellite revolving in an orbit 35,780 kilometers above the Earth's surface will take around 24 hours to complete one revolution. If the satellite is revolving in an orbit parallel to the Earth's equator, the time of revolution for the Earth around itself and that for the satellite to revolve around the Earth being the same, and the satellite will appear to be stationary with respect to the Earth. For a passenger in one vehicle, another vehicle moving parallel to him and with equal velocity appears to be stationary. This is what happens here also. These satellites are therefore called geosynchronous satellites. Since these satellites are stationary with reference to the Earth, they can observe a specific portion of the Earth continuously. Therefore, they are used in applications like meteorology and for carrying signals for telephone, television, radios, etc. Next is medium Earth orbit. If the height of the satellite orbit above the Earth's surface is in between 2000 km and 35,780 km, the orbits are called medium Earth orbits. The geostationary satellites orbit above the equator. Geostationary satellite means it is an Earth orbiting satellite placed directly over the equator that revolves in the same direction the Earth revolves. These are therefore not useful in the study of polar region. For this purpose, elliptical medium Earth orbit passing over the polar region are used. These orbits are called polar orbits. In these orbits, the satellites complete one revolution in 2 to 24 hours. Some of these satellites revolve in a circular orbit at a height of around 20,200 km above the Earth's surface. Global positioning satellites revolve in such orbits. Next is low Earth orbits. If the height of the satellite orbit above the Earth's surface is in between 180 km and 200 km, the orbits are called low Earth orbits. The satellites used for scientific experiments and atmospheric studies revolve in low Earth orbits. Depending on the height of their orbits, they complete one revolution in around 90 minutes. International Space Station and Hubble telescope are revolve in low Earth orbit. This figure shows various orbits of satellites: MEO, that is medium Earth orbit; HEO, high Earth orbit; LEO, low Earth orbit. Thank you, students. Remaining part of this chapter we will complete tomorrow. Till then, stay home, stay safe, take care. Bye.